TopMedTalk.
Welcome to TopMedTalk. I'm Nick Margerrison, and I'm here with my co-host, Kate Leslie, at Euroanaesthesia 2025, the annual meeting of the European Society of Anaesthesiology and Intensive Care in Lisbon, Portugal.
We're having a wonderful time here in Lisbon. There's been a very warm welcome from ESAIC and a sellout crowd here at the Lisbon meeting.
Yeah.
We had a wonderful first day yesterday, and then I think everyone got out last night and enjoyed the fantastic restaurants and bars in Lisbon, but we're back in force here today and recording.
The weather is amazing. I'm from the United Kingdom. We're not used to this thing called sunshine that's happening. It's very exciting. It's been really nice.
Well, we're very lucky to have two wonderful guests here today, Nick. We've got Sarah and Mia.
Hi, Kate. Thank you for allowing me to be here. My name is Sarah Saxena. I'm the professor of anaesthesiology at the University of Mons in Belgium, and I'm so happy to be here.
Excellent. And Mia?
I'm a pediatric anesthesiologist at the Geneva University Hospital, and I'm also pursuing a PhD in medical education at the moment.
And we've asked you here today because you were both on the working group for the ESAIC Declaration on Diversity, Equity and Inclusion. That was presented and signed at the opening ceremony yesterday. It was really quite moving, actually, for people in the audience. Sarah, can you tell us a bit about the declaration?
It was very moving in times like these when diversity is so much under attack. I'm so proud to be a part of ESAIC that values diversity. This is really a project that started kind of unorganized, bottom up in Glasgow. We wrote about this on a piece of paper saying maybe there should be some declaration. Then we met again in Rome. We said we should really get a declaration. And then in Munich, I brought everyone together in a back room, really unorganized way, said, hi, I have food and drinks. Do you want to come to our meeting? Got some people together there. And then on a cardboard, we started writing about what a declaration should be. We went back home full of ideas.
Yeah, then we put everything on paper. What we did is I wrote a letter that we sent to the board stating that we were a group of approximately 20 people that wanted to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that we thought that our society, we were all members, should have a declaration on this and should focus on this and make this a point for the future of the society. So we sent this letter to the board.
And what were the key points you wanted to include in the declaration?
We wanted to include something on how it should be diverse. So on making all the talks, all the workshop a bit more diverse with people coming from each country being included, not just the same countries, because we see in the society that some of the countries are more represented than others. So it was about letting space for everyone. It was also about gender balance in talks, in projects and everything. And the last thing we really wanted to advance was just talking about diversity, having more talks about this, raising awareness so that people, when they get back in their country, they can try to apply principles.
And so in the beginning of this declaration, we were writing about this. It took some time. Our generation, perhaps we think that things get done quite fast. So we figured out that ESAIC has laws and bylaws, and it's not as fast as we think things should be. So we got frustrated from time to time.
Yeah, and also, we are this generation where we are used to reply instantly. So we get an email, we reply, but we got out of it that some of the board members found it really quick, perhaps a bit overwhelming. So then we slowed the pace a bit.
And it's a learning process, isn't it?
Yes. We started writing about it, but as Mia also said, it's geographical diversity, gender diversity. We also looked at the workshops, the program of Euroanaesthesia, but also moving forward when it comes to leadership opportunities, mentorship. Already has a really good mentorship program, but perhaps it needs to be more focused on adding that aspect of gender balance, adding that aspect of geographical distribution, and also what we call URIM, underrepresented in medicine, to highlight those people. So that's when it comes to leadership opportunities, when it comes to education. The second author of our paper, Joanna Berger-Stelita, is the chair of education and research opportunities as well. The sky is the limit, actually, as we were working on.
So I wanted to know when it was that you decided to dedicate the declaration to Janneke Mellin-Olsen, woman in medicine, a former president of the World Federation of Societies of Anaesthesiologists. Was she involved in working on the declaration, and when did you decide to name it after her?
So she was part of the WhatsApp group, the unofficial WhatsApp group. And
She signed the letter to the board too.
Yes. And she was very active in this and so encouraging. Janneke has been an inspiration, a supporter, but also just always so encouraging, so positive, so energetic. And then all of a sudden, we figured out that she passed away. It was really kind of a shock. I think it kind of came automatic because our whole group was really shook by what happened. And then we said, look, we need to at least, not only keep her in the authors, but then let's name it after her and honor our legacy.
I believe that you've published a paper about the declaration in the European Journal of Anaesthesiology, Mia.
Yeah, we published it. So we are both first author on the paper. It was recently published in the EGA. We are very proud to be part of this. And we are also very grateful to the society for letting us lead the project, because it was our idea at first with Joanna Berger as well. I think it was really nice to have them say, okay, you can both be first author.
We got a lot of support from our new president, Professor Edith Matot, as well as our secretary, Asbury Ringford, who was chairing this project from board level onwards. It's a really supportive group.
It's absolutely fantastic. Now, we have a big announcement to make. Sarah Saxena just won the Abstract Prize. Would you like to tell us about your research? It's very exciting.
Thank you. Our group, Kate, is unofficial research group. We call ourselves the Busy Bees. It's Joanna Berger-Stelita, myself, and Mia. We did research on delirium because Joanna and me work on the geriatric patients. Mia is the other end of the spectrum, the pediatric patients. We applied a bundle of care to optimize delirium in Swiss patients. And then we developed a predictive algorithm based on machine learning, based on 15 pre-induction features. We made it also quite easy to use, easy to implement. And we have a website now that is free to everyone. We believe that research should be not-for-profit, available to everyone. And you just need internet access. And whether you're in the North Pole, whether you're in Bangladesh, or whether you're in Brazil, you can now use this. And we want to increase the awareness about delirium when it comes to this. And we want to also overall improve perioperative brain health.
So what were the factors that went into the machine learning model?
Okay, so we started with, 70 pre-induction features. So pre-induction meaning before the anesthesia, obviously. And we look at, for example, do patients wear hearing aids? Do they wear glasses? Is it general anesthesia? It's spinal anesthesia. Are they given something for noise reduction if they're awake? So it's these very non-pharmacological measures. What are their anxiety scores, for example? And see whether that ultimately predicts delirium postoperatively. And we added Shapley values too. This means that the weight of each feature is also calculated and that the clinicians can see this.
That's very exciting. Were you involved as well, Mia?
Yeah, I was involved. Joanna Berger did the data collection, and then we were all involved in making this project together. I think it's a bridge between, because it uses artificial intelligence, but we both don't have nice computer science competencies. It was a collaboration with the Technical University in Zurich. They have an AI center, and we collaborated with Arnaud Tevos, Basil Morel,
Armin Berger.
Not to forget. And they both developed the tool. But we really had to, since they don't get what is anesthesia, it was always a dialogue between them and us to adjust so that it is clinically relevant. And I think coming forth with the artificial intelligence increasing, It's really important to educate people about, of course, the bias, because it's based on the training data set. So you always have to validate the tools in other population. But it's also very nice because it got us to do a collaboration, and everyone has to adjust their vocabulary because, sometimes it was a bit tricky.
It was really interesting because everyone's talking about artificial intelligence, but we figured out that we want to use this in healthcare, but we're not speaking the same language. So it was for us kind of, what is an LMA? What is intubation? To really go to the basics and explain, show photos. And then for them, when they were talking about, this is the Lambda, this is the XG Boost model, for us to all just figure out, okay, what is
It's quite marvelous to do that collaboration.
Yeah.
So what's the website address for your model? We'll put the website address for your model in the show notes for our podcast, and then hopefully you'll get lots of great feedback from around the world about it.
Yeah, that would be very nice to have feedback. I think we should definitely do another website where they can click and give feedback on the use of the app, so that we can get the nice feedback. But I must say that we still need to validate the tool.
How are you going to do that, Mia?
So we are now talking with different people around the world to see if the database they hold with all the same kind of features can apply with our algorithm, because there are multiple ways, for instance, to measure delirium. So we really need to make sure that we can adjust everything and improve the model and validate it.
It was very interesting yesterday during one of the plenary lectures. Professor Andre Decker spoke to us about artificial intelligence and about the importance of the training set and how diverse it was, and also the critical importance of validation. Because the model is always going to work well in the training set.
Yeah.
That's what it was devised to do. But when you try it, especially if it was developed in Switzerland and take it to Australia, everything's different.
Yeah, of course. I really think that's very important. You need to validate, and I think you even need to validate in each population and then use it. And I think that the artificial intelligence model should always come with kind of a notice of what was put inside it. Going forward, we should probably educate new generation about how to use AI and which bias are in it.
Yes, absolutely. That was a point that I made yesterday in my lecture, actually, is that the pace of change associated with AI is going to be so fast that we can't just have the younger generation like you and Sarah knowing about AI. The older generation like me and my co-host Monty and others, we need to get on board with it too, Nick. What do you think?
I'd love to get on board with it. It does seem quite complicated, the subject of AI, doesn't it? Because of the pace of change and the way in which applications can work one way 1 minute and then they seem to have changed their function as they evolve.
Absolutely. Well, it's been wonderful to have you both on TopMedTalk.
Thanks for joining us, guys. You can join us on TopMedTalk on our website and on social media. Don't forget, we're on Facebook, Blue Sky, X, and YouTube. And if you go there, please subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Finally, we would like to say thank you to ESAIC for their hospitality and our sponsors, BD and GE, without whom, of course, we could not bring TopMedTalk free and open access to the world.
TopMedTalk. Thanks for downloading TopMedTalk. Don't forget to subscribe, check us out on YouTube, and of course on social media. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and X. Also, it's important to remember that TopMedTalk is the broadcasting arm of EBPOM, evidence-based perioperative medicine. We'd love you to find out more about that, and the way to do that is ebpom.org. Check out our website and find out about some of the incredible conferences we're going to be arranging across the year. ebpom.org.